This is Rock and Roll English. Real people, real English. Here's your host, Martin Johnston.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Rock and Roll English. Episode number 120, baby. Oh yeah. In today's episode, I speak to Boom Boom Cannon. He is back after his disgusting behaviour of not switching on the microphone. But don't worry, he has learnt his lesson and switched on the microphone, okay? Remember, all of the rock and roll vocabulary is on the website, rockandrollenglish.com. Go there, find it, use it, and use it some more. Anyway, that's enough of me talking. Let's get to the conversation. I will speak to you again at the end. Happy listening. Boom Boom Cannon, how are you today?
I am good, Martin. How are you?
Always fantastic, Boom Boom. Always fantastic. Although I am a little bit worried. Have you got your microphone on this time?
The mic is on. Confirmed. Yeah.
Well, thank God for that. You've served your 3-game suspension. Okay, that's what happens when someone gets a red card in football.
Is that what it's been? 3? Because
I'm not sure. Seems like that. I can't remember.
I've maybe listened to one of them. So to me, it's a 1-game suspension.
Well, a suspension nonetheless. Some rock and roll vocabulary there nonetheless. So whatever happens, it was definitely a suspension. Some fans were calling for you to be sacked, Boom Boom. They were like, fuck off, Boom Boom. Get rid of him. Okay,
wow.
So you need a good performance today, Boom Boom.
I think maybe me not turning the microphone on was sort of subconsciously a protest against you and your sort of authoritarian regime that you run here.
This is how things run here, Boom Boom, okay? I am running a tight ship. That's a lovely rock and roll expression to say very strict rules, okay? It's my way or the highway, Boom Boom, okay? Another great expression, basically to say we do it my way or you can basically fuck off, but in a nice way, hey, Boom
Yeah,
Boom.
I could see as you were saying my way or the highway, where you were kind of smiling to yourself at how pleased you were to use that phrase there.
I'm quite happy with myself, Boom Boom. Already a lot of rock and roll vocabulary and, we're only like 2 minutes into the podcast.
It's a great start.
We haven't even really started the podcast yet, so, that's just how great I am, I suppose.
we are, I think.
We are, sure. Sorry. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say, Boom Boom. That's what I wanted to say. Anyway, Boom Boom, how do we start the show? Do you remember after your 3-game suspension?
Yeah, it's a bit... I've just about, sort of a bit vague, but I just about remember. It's with a review.
With a review. Do you think we have a review?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
It's from Gregory Lenz. Again, apologies if I've not pronounced that correctly. And it says, it is cool and funny to listen to the podcasts. Each one of them is great, funny and unique. Good luck. Thank you, Gregory. No names mentioned, okay? But I'm sure he meant to mention your name and my name. Boom, boom.
I'm sure.
Sure.
And a nice good luck message, which is nice, isn't it? Yeah.
You certainly need good luck.
I
today,
do need
Boom Boom,
it
for your good performance.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was a 5-star review, or
5 stars.
Yep,
yeah, 5
good.
stars. Facebook though, which is good, but iTunes are better. But thank you, Gregory. Thank you nonetheless. So, Boom Boom, today's podcast, we're talking about something very relevant to you, okay? Saying sorry, okay? I'm still waiting for the sorry for the mic off, but I'll keep waiting. Don't worry, I'm patient.
I think I did give you an official sorry in writing over text message, didn't I? Yeah. So that's the best you're going to get. You're not going to get one on air. Text message.
I would like a letter, okay, delivered to my house.
You might be waiting a while.
Well, I will wait. So we're talking about saying sorry, and especially why British people say sorry a lot, because apparently we're quite famous for this. Again, I thought to myself, have I already done a podcast about this? I can't quite remember. I could have just looked again. It would have taken about 5 seconds, but Boom Boom, I'm coming at it from a different angle now. Every conversation is a new conversation.
And if you have already done one about it, then sorry for doing it again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I've got some stats, first of all, statistics, saying that apparently British people say sorry around 200,000 times in their lives. So that's about 56 hours or 2.5 days, okay? I thought one option would be just to say sorry continuously for 2.5 days, and then you don't have to worry about it anymore for the rest of your life.
Use them up in one go.
Exactly. And then it's all done.
You never have to say sorry again.
Exactly. It's like ironing your shirts for the week, okay? You do one every day, it can be stressful. Do them all on a Sunday evening, okay, before the week starts.
Definitely.
And then you take away that stress.
Yeah, that's my tactic with ironing shirts, yeah. Something I don't really do so much anymore now that I'm a student, but thankfully.
Maybe listen to a podcast when you are ironing shirts. Maybe Rock and Roll English, for example. Okay.
Yeah. There are also others. So.
There are quite a few others, I believe. Yes, but I think this one's the best. I think. Apparently, as well, British people, obviously, worry so much about what people think that 26% of people actually don't wear the clothes they want to wear because they're worried what other people think. They think they're going to have to say sorry, which immediately made me think of you, Boom Boom. And I thought, do you always want to wear your school shoes when you play football and you just don't because you're worried what we think? Remember, Boom Boom is famous for this, for wearing his school shoes when he plays sport.
Do we have to go over this one again, or I don't know what the requirement is here to tell this story again, or
it's very funny that you mentioned that, because in the last podcast with Corporal Coma, I mentioned a story again, and he actually used the rock and roll vocabulary. Let's not rake up old graves.
Yeah,
okay?
I did listen to that one. Yeah, that was another sort of 25-year-old story, wasn't it? So.
They're the best ones, Boom Boom. They're the best ones. They get better with age. It's like a bottle of wine, okay? The older it is, the better it is, okay? So some other statistics I got here is that British people do apparently say sorry more than American people, okay? So one statistic is 15 British people would say sorry for sneezing. So remember, sneezing is achoo. And only 10 Americans would say sorry. So I immediately thought, have that, America, okay? We are winning.
But sorry, 15 or 10 out of... I mean, that statistic... I feel like maybe you haven't told
well, actually,
it's
out of 1,000, which I find quite strange. I thought more people would say sorry.
That seems very low. But we tend to say other things, don't we, for sneezing? We say bless you, or...
the other person, you don't say sorry yourself,
True.
do you, Boom Boom?
True.
Exactly. But yeah, that's one we've got over on America. We are winning. That's the real statistic, Boom Boom, that we are beating America. Okay?
Exactly.
Fuck the rest of it. Just like we always beat them on the exchange rate. Okay, I did the research today. £1 is $1.27. Okay, have that, America. Okay, we're winning.
Yeah. Is that a win? Do we let's call it a win. Why not?
It's definitely a win in my book, Boom Boom.
Okay.
Although there did used to be a better exchange rate. So remember, the exchange rate is the difference of the currencies, where it was £1 to $2. Okay, but we are still winning. Okay.
I noticed in the last podcast you did sort of clarify that you don't have anything against America. That you like America, but yet you've started this one on a very kind of antagonistic, anti-American kind of note.
It's a friendly rivalry, Boom Boom. It's like a brother and sister, okay? We love each other, really. It's just a bit of friendly rivalry. Okay. Healthy competition, I think, is the correct term. Exactly. And as I said, we're winning on saying sorry, and we're winning on the exchange rate, okay? Probably will be losing on the exchange rate after Brexit, so let's just enjoy it whilst it lasts, Boom Boom.
Yeah, exactly. Let's maybe not bring up the exchange rate again in the future.
Yeah, in the future,
it's not looking so good.
I was just thinking about what a rock and roll podcast this is, though, talking about exchange rates. I mean, can you get more rock and roll than that?
I don't think you can. Manners and exchange rates, it's pure rock and roll.
Exactly. Maybe talk about interest rates in another one.
Oh, okay? Yes, please.
So back to saying sorry. Apparently the over 55s embrace their individuality more, and they stop apologising, okay? They say sorry 50% less than people that are 16 to 24, for example. And again, speaking of Brexit, I thought they should say sorry for Brexit, the people over 55, the bastards. They're the ones that voted for it.
Damn right. Right.
Still waiting for the apology there.
Yeah, they owe us one. A big one.
Exactly. Lovely rock and roll vocabulary there. They owe us one. Like, they have a debt of a favour, let's say, in very easy words to explain it. All of this research that I've mentioned, though, Boom Boom, comes from apparently the launch of Diet Coke. The slogan apparently is "Because I Can." And Mr. Howlett of Coca-Cola said, "As a nation, we seem to say sorry a lot, but hopefully this campaign will help us." So that's exactly what I've been thinking now. Exactly what I am thinking. I thought, I say sorry a lot, but I'm just going to drink some Coca-Cola and then the problem will probably go away.
Okay, is that what they're suggesting? It's kind of like a medicine for people that say sorry too much.
Just have a bit of Coca-Cola.
Have some Coke, and then you'll just think, fuck it, I'm not sorry for anything.
Because I can. Just drink that Coke, go, yeah, fuck off everyone. I can rule the world now.
Yeah, I'm drinking Coke and I'm not sorry. Fuck you. Yeah.
Diet Coke as well, not even the normal
Coke,
stuff. Yeah.
Sure. The most rock and roll of all the Cokes.
Yeah, I think normal Coke is the most rock and roll because, it's just like, I know that's full of sugar and probably going to kill me, but fuck it. Okay, Diet Coke, you're trying to sort of be, I don't know if I want to say healthy. I know certainly some people do think that. They drink a can of Diet Coke and think, well, I'm on a diet, so I'm drinking this Diet Coke. It makes sense. Diet Coke.
To be truly rock and roll, I mean, Keith Richards, I think, he won't touch the diet stuff. It's just full sugar for him or nothing.
Sugar, yeah. Keith Richards, by the way, I imagine a lot of listeners know him. Just explain who he is, though, Boom Boom, for us.
He's from the Rolling Stones. The
Rolling Stones,
arguably, one of the greatest bands there is. So
absolutely,
rock and roll legend.
Exactly, British as well. Can't hear any American bands. Yeah,
no.
Exactly.
No, I don't think they've got any.
Exactly, they've never made any music over there, have they?
I've never heard it.
So now we're going to look at sometimes British people say sorry, Boom Boom, because apparently we're famous for this. So let's look at times that we do say sorry. One is when someone walks into you, which is a very strange thing. Do you say sorry for that, Boom Boom?
Quite likely that I would, yeah. Quite likely that I would, unless I'm a bit drunk, in which case I'd probably try and start a fight with them. But
when you're a bit drunk, Boom Boom, you try and start a fight with everyone, so that's just completely standard.
Yeah, I walk into them and then start the fight. So, but yeah, otherwise sober, I think I'll say sorry for that. Why not? I think just in case you made it happen, just say sorry.
Exactly, yeah. Although I must admit, I am still thinking about you drunk starting fights with everyone.
Thought you were. I could tell by the look on your face.
I seem to have a just image in my face. Admittedly, this comes from nothing. I just want to clarify of you walking in after a night out. So a night out is a term we use for a night out drinking, and your mum saying, "Hi, Russell," and you sort of opening your arms and saying, "Do you want to fight?"
Right. So You've actually said this comes from nothing. I want to. Can you just please clarify for listeners? This is completely made up.
That one, I must admit, is completely made up, but it is also a hilarious image that I've got in my mind.
Good. I'm glad that's a funny image for you. Yeah.
Something worth sharing, nonetheless. That must be the word of the podcast today. The worst one is, though, when you say sorry when someone nearly walks into you. If someone walks into you, you can sort of say sorry, but I have it when someone nearly walks into me and I say, "Oh, sorry," and then a couple of seconds later I think, I'm not sorry, but can I go back and tell them that I'm not sorry?
Yeah, I also think it doesn't. What have you lost? You've said sorry. It's fine.
I just want to try and give a manly image, though, because if you say sorry all the time, you look, I don't know, a bit weak. Boom Boom. Okay, as you said, I'm a sort of very authoritative figure, even though I can't actually say that word very well. Yeah.
Maybe you need to get to grips with that word if you are going to be.
I'll have to stop you there. Some lovely rock and roll vocabulary there, Boom Boom, to get to grips with it, to sort of get more comfortable with it. Yeah, any word that's more than like 2 syllables for me is difficult. It's really difficult.
Well, maybe as part of your authoritarian regime, you can just, outlaw words with more than 2 syllables.
I think that's a fantastic idea, Boom Boom. Okay, I'm trying to be an example to everyone, to show them to speak English and to communicate. You don't need a really sort of rich vocabulary.
No.
Just stick to those little 2-syllable words and people will understand you.
That's rock and roll English, all 2 syllables or less.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I chose the name Boom Boom. That's why I chose the name.
Here you go.
Exactly. The other classic one is not hearing what someone says to you. So you say sorry. If you don't hear, you say sorry again. If you don't hear again, what do you do, Boom Boom?
Say sorry again.
Oh, see, I think 3 times is too much. I think you look like a dickhead.
Three times is excessive, yeah.
Yeah, so you just have to pretend you know where you heard what they said. Move your head up and down, nod, and just sort of go, yeah. They say, what did you do yesterday? Yeah. I'm very familiar with doing this because I've done it many times as well in Italian, generally because I haven't understood what someone said. And I think I'll just move my head up and down, pretend I've understood, and they will think I have. I seem to think I'm a great actor, when in reality, they look at me and think, he hasn't understood that.
He doesn't
and then
know.
I look like even more of a dickhead.
Yeah, he has responded in a completely inappropriate way. He obviously hasn't heard me.
Yeah, they think, I know he thinks I think that he's understood me, but I know he hasn't. I'm getting confused saying that, Boom.
No, there's a lot.
That's
That's quite confusing. Yeah.
But everything was at least under 2 syllables, so it wasn't too bad. Exactly, wasn't too confusing. Another classic one is when you buy something, maybe just like some chewing gum, costs like, I don't know, 50p, and you only have a £20 note. Do you say sorry for that, Boom Boom?
Yeah, I think I do. I think you say something. You probably say sorry. You're sorry. This is all I've got. That kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I always think, though, at that point, just give it to me for free. Okay, don't make me pay for it. Okay, what's the point? It's only 50p. I now have to break this £20 note and have like fucking loads of coins in my pocket. Just give it to me for free, you bastard.
Yeah, they don't normally do that, though, do they?
Not really, no. It's never happened to me, in fact. But I'm still hoping one day it will, Boom Boom. Okay, there's always hope in life. Okay. Another one, this one probably be quite familiar to you, Boom Boom, is when you get your exam results and a mate has done really shit and you've done really well. You must have struggled with this quite a lot in your life, Boom Boom.
I know it well. I know it all too well. Yeah, sorry, mate. Got all A's. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think I had that from Boom Boom a few times, sort of looking at my results, a load of shit, and just having that sort of patronising tap on the back from Boom Boom just to say, like, you know, like a C's good, mate. C's really good. What did you get? A star. Not even an A.
I wanted a C, really, but I'm annoyed, if anything. I think, it can be awkward. But
really difficult problems you've had to deal with in your life. Hey, Boom Boom. What a tough life.
It's tough.
What a tough life. So the last one I've got here, Boom Boom, a very important one, very controversial, is sex. Okay, you do seem like the type of person to me that will say sorry, just to sort of like say, you know, look, I know you probably don't want to do this with me. I'm sorry. Is this something that you say to Mrs. Boom Boom frequently?
No, can't say that's ever happened. Nothing to apologise for.
Again, I must say that one was also based on absolutely nothing.
Yeah, just okay? I feel like with a lot of what you're coming out with.
But it's something I can imagine, and if I can imagine it, then it's real. I think Walt Disney said that once. If you can dream it, it's real, or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think he was referring to thinking about his mates having sex, but maybe he was.
I think about you having sex quite a lot, Boom Boom, okay? And I must admit, every time I start laughing when I imagine it, okay?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie, mate. The thought of you having sex isn't the prettiest. In fact, I don't actually have to imagine it. I've seen it, and it was...
Whoa, Boom Boom. This is the one my mum listens to, okay? This is the time to stop the podcast, okay? Thanks a lot for your time, Boom Boom. I think you're going to serve a 10-match suspension now for mentioning that.
Good. That's what I wanted.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Right, well, we'll see you very soon, Boom Boom.
Thanks, mate. See you next time.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Bye-bye. Wow, what an embarrassing end that was to the podcast. Okay, quickly moving on. Let's look at that rock and roll vocabulary. Okay, at the beginning when we didn't know how many podcasts Boom Boom had missed, and I said it was a 3-game suspension. Was it a 2-game suspension? I don't know, but it was a suspension nonetheless. So whatever happens, it was definitely a suspension. I also told him that I am running a tight ship. Okay, so if you run a tight ship, it's a saying we use to say sort of, I'm very strict about things. Okay, maybe your headmaster at school, like the president of the school, let's say, he runs a tight ship. He doesn't let girls wear trousers, for example. I'm just using that example because that's what happened at my school, okay? My old headmaster ran a tight ship, okay? Mr. McDonald, if you're asking. Just ask Corporal Comer and Boom Boom Cannon about him. You don't want to mess around with Mr. McDonald. Anyway, when I was talking about running a tight ship and stuff like this, I said to Boom Boom, it's my way or the highway, okay? So that basically means you can do things my way or you can kind of fuck off, but in a nice way, okay? And I was only joking, of course. I also told Boom Boom that I've got some stats. So stats, what are they? Statistics, baby. It's just that statistics is a long word, isn't it? So, we're quite lazy, so let's just shorten it. Stats. It's like the word photo. That's actually short for the word photograph. If you didn't know that, you probably did. Again, when I recounted another old story that I've already mentioned on the podcast, Boom Boom said, are we going to talk about this again? And I said, yeah, okay, yeah. Let's not rake up old graves. Had that last week, didn't we? I'm just trying to keep it in your mind, fresh in your mind, so it becomes automatic and then comes out of your mouth naturally. We had the word sneeze. Achoo. That's a sneeze. We had the term exchange rate. So the exchange rate is the difference between, let's say, dollars and pounds, which pounds are still winning. So fuck you, America. Okay, we're winning. Boom Boom also used the term, yeah, they owe us one. If you owe someone one, normally with a friend, you say, oh, thanks, mate, I owe you one. It basically means I owe you a favour. I have a debt of a favour to you, which one day I will repay, but I probably won't. I'm just telling you that to keep you happy. I told Boom Boom that I had an image of him in my mind after a night out. So a night out is when you go out drinking. I actually made a mistake in the podcast. I actually said I've got an image of you in my face. Sometimes just the wrong word just pops out. I'd never actually noticed this. But I've read this, that native speakers do this and make mistakes, but no one notices because they speak so confidently. Okay, so there's some advice for you. If you make a mistake, just speak confidently and no one will notice. When I tried to say the word authoritative, I was having a bit of difficulty because, it's got more than 2 syllables. And Boom Boom said to me, you need to get to grips with that word. So to get to grips with something, it's when it becomes, let's say, normal. Maybe you buy a new computer, you buy a Mac, for example, and you've always used Windows in your life. Someone says, how's the new computer? I'm still getting to grips with it. And we also had the word nod, which we've had a few times, which is when you move your head up and down, which is exactly what I'm doing now, but you can't see it. Anyway, remember all of this rock and roll vocabulary is on the website. The website does work 7 days a week. I just thought I would add that again. I will see you all again next week, people. In the meantime, though, just keep on rocking.
Thanks so much for listening to Rock and Roll English. For more great content and to stay up to date, visit rockandrollenglish.com and facebook.com/rockandrollenglish. We'll catch you next time.